Hey yo everybody, Haku here with my review of the latest One Piece anime episodes, One Piece anime episode 764. So I don't know, I've seen not all positive outtakes on this episode, but I really thought this was one of the better episodes that we've had in a very long time. And even though I've said Zoe is great completely, and I've said that about so many Zoe episodes, but just the way this was made, it was like old One Piece again, pre-time skip One Piece again. Like, it seemed like after the time skip, One Piece just fell into this rut of Dressrosa wasn't very good, the Fishman Island wasn't very good. You could even argue that they were bad. But then Zoe comes along, and Zoe so far has had a few bum episodes, but overall has been great almost every single week, and really, really like what One Piece once was. So, starting going through the episode in its entirety, I love the recap. And that's a really weird thing, because normally it's like, why do we need the recap? The recap's annoying, but last episode was so good, and I think the way they summed it up was really nice. So I actually really enjoyed the recap that we got. Then Capone, we have his speech about Big Mom at the very beginning, and that's actually pretty freaking hype. I liked that. This was a very dialogue-heavy episode, and I tend to like those if they're done well, and this was done incredibly well. So Sanji writes his note to his crew, gives it to Nami, and then throws Nami, Chopper, and Brook out of the Capone window, which I was like, okay, Capone just left the window open. He could have just closed that. But seriously, I loved how Sanji whispered into them. He's like, believe this if nothing else. I didn't want to lie to my friends. That I really like, and especially having read the manga, I really like that. So once he throws them out, he has an old school beatdown on the Capone troops, Capone's crew, and that little fight again was reminiscent of old One Piece fighting, and it just wasn't this big throw giant abilities everywhere thing. It was just him going in and kicking a bunch of them, and I thought it was really enjoyable. I love too that we have Vito stop them from shooting Sanji. Like, what are we doing? We can't kill him. And Sanji actually taking Caesar hostage. I loved that. Also, that entire scene where he was talking with them was shot so amazingly. Like, the angles and the animation was great. And I loved how, especially one of the best bits was when they zoom out of everything going on and we see Nekomamushi standing behind Capone. Looked amazing. So, we have Sanji saying his goodbyes, and the feels were strong. That was one of the best feel scenes I think we've had since the time skip. I don't think after the time skip we've had a feelsy scene that was set up and animated and directed as well as that. If anything, maybe the Fisher Tiger flashbacks could stand up to it, but I don't think the Dressrosa flashbacks really stood up to how good that looked. Then we actually have the funny Nekomamushi scene as he jumps acting like a cat into the Silvergrass, and then we cut back to the present time with the crew on top of the alligators going to see Nekomamushi. And the rest of the episode pretty much is just them discussing the Vinsmokes, Kaido, Big Mom. We have Zoro's speech about the unstoppable train that they're on. I loved that. We have Brook hinting at going to see Peckham's to go, they did leave somebody behind. Obviously, they left Peckham's behind because he got shot in the back. So, again, really cool. And honestly, the conversation parts, the whole second half, was really, really strong and good for me. Because, it was really good for the relationships between the crew that we really haven't seen that much recently. And again, it seemed like Dressrosa, there was so much stuff that was key to One Piece and what made it great that we just kind of pushed away, like the character relationships between the crew and everything, where they barely even communicated with each other during Dressrosa. It really, really is much, much stronger here in Zoe. And it felt really refreshing as well. But the feelsy parts also were really, really incredible, and I love the way they were directed and just animated and everything. So Zoe, again I've said, it feels like good old One Piece. It feels like the good feelsy scenes that made us all fall in love with One Piece. We had fighting, and the fighting was done really well. And we had actual character conversations, and the plot moved forward. So I can't fault this for anything. I think it was extremely solid episode, even better than last week's. And last week's was huge. We found out a bunch of new stuff. So just, I could rewatch this like 12 times right now. So I'm going to give it 10 leaving crew members out of, or no, not 10. I don't know. You know what? I will. I'll give it 10 leaving crew members out of 10. Because I think that I can't think about anything like bad about it. I would love to watch this again and again. It was really well made, and it might be possibly, it's at least up there as one of my new favorite episodes, along with a bunch of other Zoe episodes, as my favorite since the time skip. Like, it was really, really good, like a lot of Zoe has been, and I really hope that Zoe continues on this way, and it looks as though it will. The animation in the promo for next week looks pretty solid. And I'm sure that the story will be pretty solid as well. So, yeah, that's really all I've got. So, short review, but thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you did like this video, comment down there, tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more One Piece, both anime and manga, and a ton of other things on the channel. Just check it out and sub if you want. And follow on Twitter if you want as well. Sorry if I was like stopped up during this video. I'm not feeling very well. So yeah, sorry about that, but yeah. See you all next time.